What's up, everybody? This your boy D Mac. Let's talk about family. So, the saying goes, blood is thicker than water, huh? Well, uh, in my research, I've seen that it's debated that the origins of that saying comes from this: the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. And when you say it like that, it totally changes the meaning and the direction of that statement. Because the first statement, blood is thicker than water, that's saying to us that family over everything, and there's nothing that comes between family. But in the second one, where you say the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb, then that in a sense is the total opposite, which means that the covenant that I have with my brother, the covenant that we made with each other before God, is thicker than the water of the womb, meaning that me and my brother came out of the same womb. And the covenant that me and this other brother in Christ or in whatever I believe in made is thicker than that of me and my actual biological birth brother. So we have to look at this and break this down a little bit. Who is my brother? I have some brothers out here that I've made over the years in my life, and it's not like I sought out brotherly love, because I have brothers. I have good brothers, blood brothers. But these are brothers that God placed in my life for the time at hand, because my brothers either weren't equipped with what was necessary to get me through this point of my life, or there was something else that needed to be done from this other person's standpoint to help them with their blessing as well, but it was connected to mine. So I have more brothers than the law allows, or I have more brothers than you can count on hands, for the simple fact of the way that I've led my life. Me and a lot of my friends coming up, we helped to raise each other. You know, our older brothers helped to raise us, and uncles and other people like that, because a lot of us didn't have fathers. And in doing so, it taught us this sense of loyalty, and loyalty to my brother. And when I say my brother, I mean what I was talking about at first, where the blood of the covenant, where the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. These are my covenant brothers. Um, some I met in rehab. Some I met in the military. Some I met in in a VA hospital. Some I've met just out and about in the world. But wherever it was, and whatever I needed to get from that person and they needed to get from me, it caused us to form a bond with each other that is stronger than the bond of a lot of people in family. Because I'm going to tell you, a lot of people that's in your family are not your family. Uh, and I've seen that, I've experienced that, unfortunately. That is a harsh reality that we have to deal with. There are some people that were born into our circle that we cannot deal with. It's not good for us to deal with this person. They may be toxic. They may have a lot of anger or hatred or resentment. There may be resentment between the two parents and the siblings of those parents. I mean, the children of those parents are taking over that war that the parents originally had. So there's a lot of times in families where we're going against each other. And so we have to look at that saying, where the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb, because oftentimes we can't count on those who share that same water of the womb with us to be there for us and to be able to support us in our time of need. Sometimes an outside person who has no invested interest in our life, other than the fact that God placed it on their heart to support us and be there for us, will come through for us in clutch moments, when people that we were looking to come in those clutch moments don't even have a mind or heart to do so. So we have to take this into consideration, and we can't get angry and we can't hold resentment towards that family member who we were expecting to do something because they're supposed to be family. We can't hold that against them, because if God didn't place that in their heart to do, then it's not going to be in their heart to do. That's not on them. You know what I'm saying? So we have to understand where our blessings come from. We have to understand who the blesser is, because often we will be looking for one person to be that blessing when really that person is to be that lesson. And the person we wasn't even thinking about to be a blessing is going to be the one to come through and bless us. But even in that blessing, there's still going to be a lesson to learn, and that's not the cherry pick. Don't look at certain people and give them a certain level of respect over anybody. That's why God is not a respecter of person, and we're not to be a respecter of person, because you never know where your blessing is going to come from and who is going to come through. You'll bypass the angel in the house to get to the brother who look like he has something to offer, and he has absolutely nothing to offer that'll be beneficial to you spiritually, mentally, and in that aspect. So we have to look at the blood of the covenant being thicker than the water of the womb. I love everybody, and I pray constantly for discernment to be able to know who's in my life to be a lesson, who's in my life to be a blessing, who's in my life to be a hindrance, because all of these things are going to be revealed in its due time. And when I find out what is what, I'm not going to act any certain type of way, because I'm already prepared to deal with this type of situation. It's already been placed in my heart and my mind how to deal with this situation, because I'm going to do everything pure of heart. Anytime I come to you with a word, it's going to be pure of heart. There's no hidden agenda. There's no bad intentions behind anything I say or do, because I realize the responsibility that I have with the people who have entrusted me to listen. So, so I'm going to continue to come with this type of talk, the things that we don't like to talk about, the things that are uncomfortable for us, because there's been many times in my life where I've had conversations with my brothers, and where they have stated to me that, hey, I feel like you were closer to your best friend than you were to me at times. And at times that was the case, but it was necessary for my growth. Because being under my brother's wings, my brothers have always been good at protecting me. And when I came up through school and stuff like that, I didn't have to deal with too many people as far as fighting and stuff like that, because my brothers had already left a reputation behind, and they set a tone for me to come up through life in our area without all of those hindrances and a lot of challenge. So I thank my brothers for that. And my other brothers, which are my best friends' brothers, my cousins and my older cousins and stuff like that. All of these guys who were an influence in my life, I thank God for them, because not only are they an influence in my life, now they've gone on to be an influence in my children's life. And man, you can't ask for anything better than that. I wish I could give a trophy for Father's Day to every single one of my brothers that I grew up with, because I know what you come from, and I know what you're made of. And I know what God placed in your heart to be. And there are going to be some great men and women out here in this world running things because of that. I thank you for the motivation. And I'm going to continue to grow and try to get better as a man, because of the example that you guys set. Because the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. This is your boy D Mac. I'm out.